All right, welcome to Vibe Unveiled. We're going to be doing a production breakdown today, and this is the first time that we've ever had a guest. Emily Jane White, you are our first guest. Welcome to Vibe Unveiled. We're going to take a look at your song, The Hands Above Me, that we made together. How are you doing?
Yay. Thanks, Anton, for having me. I'm stoked. I'm excited.
Me
Pretty
too.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Um,
Yeah.
you are in Europe, right?
Yep.
Where are
I'm
you?
in Switzerland right now. I'm right outside of Lausanne in a small town called Oron-la-Ville. And we've had a couple days off on the tour. And we just played like a private concert last night.
Oh, nice.
And basically we start, yeah, a bunch of consecutive days back to back tomorrow. So tomorrow we're playing in Schorndorf, Germany. So
Nice. That's
yeah,
super cool. And
we've been playing The Hands Above Me. We
oh,
played it last night.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And what's the band lineup?
Yeah.
What does the band lineup look like?
Oh.
Are you can you hear me?
So we're playing as a
Oh,
trio.
yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, the internet said it was unstable for a second, but yeah, we're playing as a trio. So Francesco Catania is playing baritone guitar and bass, and then Dan Ford is on drums, and then we've got some backing tracks. So I play, my usual semi-hollow body electric guitar and keys.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm excited when you come back and play here. See the show. Come and see the show. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm gonna share my screen.
It cut out. Did it work? Okay.
Yeah,
It
so
cut out for a second, Anton.
okay. Well, if it cuts out, if your internet is slow, I may just keep going on the breakdown. Um,
Cool.
yeah, but it's fun to have you here.
I'm
Okay.
way
Oh,
stoked to be here.
I need to give you the listen to link so you can hear it yourself too, don't I?
Do you want me to be on headphones?
Um, it would be good, yeah. And so in the chat, the listen to link is in there now.
Okay.
Cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna play a little bit of this, give people an idea of what we're looking at. Here we go. You hearing it?
Gonna write a note to the hands above me. Gonna ask them on which side do they end. And I watch the pendulum swing before me, and I hold my breath.
Yes, right now.
And vanish into thin air. You dwell.
All right. So that's what we're looking at. Are you there, Emily? Is your connection working? Can you hear me? Oh, she may not be fully she may, because she's on tour. Her connection might not be 100%, but
Can you hear me? Okay.
yeah, you could hear a little bit of that track just now.
Not okay. Now I'm hearing you through audio movers.
Through
Try that
audio
again.
movers. Oh, are you hearing doubles of me then?
Yeah. There we go. I got it.
Cool. All right. So let's take a look at what we got. So first of all, like we made this whole track. I mean, most of it we did over Zoom, right?
Yep.
During the pandemic,
Yeah.
and so the first thing we tracked was your guitar part, right, and your and a scratch vocal. So that's in guitar. So let's check that out. This is what we tracked. Okay, so it's got a bunch of effects on it. It's making it sound crazy, but we actually just plugged her directly into just guitar directly into the interface, and this is what the raw signal. Oh, it's still got compressor there. This was the raw signal, and then I added amp plugin and this sample delay, which makes it splits the sound into two sounds, pans one hard left and one hard right, and moves one forward in time a little bit, and it makes it sound like there's doubles on the left and right. So that's what we did to your guitar.
Yeah, and I originally wrote that guitar part on acoustic guitar, and then I went into my rehearsal space and then messed around with, the whole song formation, the chords, the strumming. I did a little hammer on while I was strumming, and I also experimented with an octave pedal. It's not what we recorded, but
That's
anyway,
cool.
that's a little history of how I came up with that.
So did you wrote the
Those
guitar
guitar
part
parts in the song
first? You wrote the guitar part first?
So I generally write the lyrics and the guitar part kind of at the same time. But sometimes when you play a lot of acoustic guitar, but then you switch to electric and you put effects on things, it can really inform the direction of a song.
Totally.
So I have like, I think I maybe experimented with a little distortion too and an octave pedal. And that helped me arrive at the final structure of the song.
Nice.
And that strumming pattern. So
cool. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's check out some other sounds on here. Well, I'm hearing drums. Let's check out what the drums sound like. Drums studio. So we went to a studio. We recorded with Jay Polici at New Improved Studios, and it's Nick Ott playing drums. They sound great, It's studio drums. We
had epic day in the studio.
Right, we did all of the drums for the entire album in one day. But I also happen to have the demo drums. So when we were writing, we start by like just making demo versions of everything just to kind of get the direction figured out. So we're writing. Oh, hello. We're writing the drum parts like together before we bring the drummer in. So that cool. Yeah. Oh, and in this version, on this part, we don't have the ride. So.
Oh right, yeah.
So that's a big difference that we changed in the studio. We have, and I think in ours the ride comes in. Yeah, it comes in later. Cool. So yeah, that's just to show you kind of how we figured out.
Yeah, I mean, I think what we did too is that after I recorded a lot of my initial piano or guitar parts, we added the drums right away. because it was the intention to put more drum beats on this record than the last one.
Yeah. Yeah. We could listen to just drums and guitar. Maybe not though. Let's check out some of the other sounds that are going on. So straight off the bat, we have this guitar. And it looks like I didn't use a real amp on this guitar. Again, I plugged it in. It's my Telecaster, and I plugged it in direct. I can tell because I put this amp plug-in on it without the amp plug-in. That's what it sounds like. Not as good. And this amp plug-in is just a built-in Logic plug-in. That's the one I use. It's called Awesome Tweed. It's a preset. So there you go. Like anyone that wants to have that guitar sound, there it is. Telecaster through Awesome Tweed. Let's see here's this one. Okay, now this one is a real amp. So that probably means like we did this on a different day, and I happened to set up the amp that day, and the first one, we were just like flowing and just went with the we probably said like, oh, I could always replace this later with the real amp, and then we didn't.
That definitely happened.
So yeah, two lead guitar parts.
To the hands above me, gonna ask them on.
Bass guitar. Here it is. Yep, just a, bass guitar. Again, it's direct, no amp. Yep.
Sounds great.
Yep. No amp. We didn't even use an amp plug-in. Sorry.
Well, and one salient thing about our production collaboration is that for so many years I've written songs start to finish on keyboard or guitar, and since working with you, we start there. But then, if you notice, just in the playback, you can't really hear much of my guitar. Like we brought it more to the background, and then have reused it as kind of like a skeleton of the song, and then filled it in with other arrangements, multi-instrumental stuff that you've done, Anton, and other collaborative ideas.
Let's listen for that a little bit.
Okay.
When we get to the verse, we hear your guitar more. But in the intro, you barely hear it at all because those lead guitars are really taking the lead. And then we get to the intro.
Well, and in my like in my previous songs, my acoustic guitar used to be, or electric guitar used to be, way more up front.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's cool.
Yeah.
We have this bass pad in there too, just in addition to the regular bass. I guess it just kind of gives the low end a little more weight. It's cool. It just makes it a little more doomy, a little more just dark and spooky or something. I don't know. Yeah. And then
Cool.
we have this sound. This is it's a keyboard. This is a plugin. This is Arturia Selena, and this Selena is like a 80s keyboard that's like specializes in doing pads, strings, synth strings basically, and it's 80s and dark goth go together really well. So this is a good sound for our stuff.
Well, I love the way that blends with the guitar parts.
Yeah, let's listen for that.
Swing me and I hold my breath.
without it.
and vanish
It's not bad without it, but it does kind of just give it a nice atmosphere.
Totally.
Now, one of my favorite sounds that we used on almost every song is this sound. Night sounds.
Night sounds.
I'm not even hearing it. Oh, there it is. It's quiet. Let's turn it up. I don't know why I can't play stuff right now. I was gonna like play a little night sound solo, but yeah, this is just basically like an atmospheric sound that I figured out, and it can play it on the keyboard. Yeah, and it can make all these different weird sounds. And we put this on everything. Like we'd finish a track, and then or get close to, we get pretty far along on a track, and then I'd just do a jam with these weird sounds, and then it'd be like, okay,
It's time for the night sounds.
yeah, cool sounds. Yeah. What else do we? We're getting pretty far. One thing about the drum beat, I think we tried maybe tried a few different beats, and then Emily, I think, was the one that said, like, let's do the classic doom, 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 doom.
Yeah.
And we have it alternating. So it's like snare, dun, 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 tom and tambourine. So
gonna write a note
yeah,
to the hands above me. Gonna ask them on which side.
really not that much stuff on this.
And I watch the pen.
The guitars, the electric guitars do a lot. Oh, I hear something.
And I hold my breath.
Sleigh bells. So
Yeah.
I heard some like NPR article where someone was talking about music, and they said if you have sleigh bells, you're automatically make it Christmas. But I think that we like defied that, and we proved that wrong, because I don't think this song sounds like Christmas, but we did use sleigh bells.
And we use sleigh bells on another track too. That does not sound Christmassy at all.
Without it, oh man, it's a cool sound. It's gothy, you know, I think.
You dwell upon those whom you abandon. Eyes be true.
So this is something that we use on almost every song too. It's like the Western guitar type of thing, and those kind of things. And on all the other songs, John Courage played them, and he's like a tone master, and he got the tones right. On this one, I did direct.
They played a lot of like baritone guitar.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but we just ran out of time, I guess, and we didn't have him do that on this one. These tracks sounded okay, even though it's just me playing through the plugins. Yep.
You betray those who uphold you.
Oh, harmonies. We did a bunch of harmonies.
Yep.
Let's solo up just the vocals. You feel comfortable doing that?
Are they? Is it like
It's gonna be great. You crushed it.
pre-editing?
No, no, no.
You dwell
Yeah, you can see that I lined these up.
Yeah.
those whom you abandon.
Sounds great,
Eyes
Emily.
be true.
You crushed it.
You betray those who uphold you.
Yeah, so you can see like these lines here they're like edits, and the reason that there's so many edits is because I just find that if the words are lined up really well, it just works a lot better, and it's really hard to get to do that perfectly when you're overdubbing. I think that like in the old days, people would have a group of people singing all at the same time, and they could match each other in the room, and like match the have everything be lined up perfectly in that way, in an organic way. And my philosophy is that like we have to do all this extra editing now because we're doing it in this overdub way, which is not as natural, and so we shouldn't feel guilty about having to do the editing because it's just
Well, but also we're going for more of a produced vocal sound
yeah.
and with the backing vocals.
Mhm.
And one thing that I recall when we were working on this song is that generally when I tend to do harmonies and backing vocals, I kind of stick often to the rhythm of what I'm already singing as the lead. And one thing you encouraged me to do, Anton, was to, and we'll hear it later on in the song. I sing a little bit more outside of the lead with the backing vocals.
Let's see. Is this maybe?
Oh,
Let's see.
my
There's a part specifically at the
breath,
end.
and vanish into thin air.
Yeah, that's all.
I think these match.
Yeah, that all
I think
matches.
it's the
Let's
end.
check out the end.
It's-
Probably this, maybe.
I've
Ooh,
tried
cool. Counter melody.
to
yeah.
understand
Yes, exactly.
the ways of this land. And in truth,
I love it. That's great.
America, the lights are dimming on you.
So that's like the bridge. Let's listen to that with the whole music.
Okay.
I've tried to understand the ways of this land. And in truth, America, the lights are dimming on
Yeah. Super great.
Yeah, that was really fun because I was in my closet at home but I had my keyboard right next to me, my 88, weighted keyboard. And I would come up with an idea and then you would be like, "Oh wait, what about this?" And then we'd find the specific note. And then that's how I would navigate around the vocals, was by finding the different notes on the keyboard and
That's a
with your
great
help
tool.
in terms of the arrangement.
It's
Yeah.
a great tool for figuring out harmonies. If you can play them on the keyboard to figure them out, then you can just try them in real time.
Hmm.
And the way I always do it is I use my left hand to play the bass note, and then my right hand to play whatever harmonies and the vocal. I play like the lead with and whatever harmonies I'm trying to do with the right hand, and I play the bass note in the left hand, so I know what chord it's supposed to be on.
Yeah, and it's great to have just as a guide, especially when you're doing something, when you're basically improvising or doing something spontaneously.
Totally. I'm looking to see if there's any other sounds on this, and there really isn't too much more. I see on the bridge we use the felt piano, or it says felt piano. It's probably not. with all the pianos on this record. Oh yeah. So we did on like the first session. We tried all of my different. So Emily recorded her piano as MIDI and then sent it to me, and I imported it into my session, and then I tried all my different sounds. I have all these different boutique piano sounds. I have a huge library of software, and we did a shootout where we tried all the different ones, and this is the one we ended up using. It's called the Giant. So yeah, and let's hear what that piano is doing in the mix.
I've tried to understand
Without it, oh, so it's just giving hits on the downbeats.
ways of this land.
It's subtle.
And in truth,
It's cool. It gives a new sound for the bridge. It's just a new sound that comes in on the bridge, and it gives it, the sound of a piano makes it more emotional or something, and then it's providing the rhythmic emphasis on the downbeats. And Emily, you said that you were working in a closet. Is it literally a
Yeah.
closet?
It is literally a closet. I converted my bedroom closet into my little studio, and that's pretty much how we recorded most of the record.
So the album
over
was
Zoom.
recorded over Zoom in a closet, guys. And it's the best one yet, right?
It's true. I mean,
I
it
love
definitely pushed us. Yeah, me too. And I mean, we just went for it. So, and it worked out. So it's definitely a possibility. If you have a small closet in your house and you can convert it into a studio, you can record, well, obviously yourself, or you can also work with an engineer, producer from a distance. It is possible. It was done on this record. And we finished it, and it's coming out tomorrow. So,
Oh, that's exciting. Cool. It's coming out tomorrow. Well, the album
Yep.
is called Alluvion, and it's your sixth album, is that right?
Yep.
Nice.
No, seventh.
Oh, seventh. Seventh
Yeah.
studio
Wait, sorry.
studio album.
Like, is it seventh? It's the seventh record. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm excited to share it and show people, and I'm so happy that we could do this production breakdown together with even while you're on tour in Europe. What a crazy world we live in where we're able to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool to pick the song apart and also go back, because I don't actually remember some of these details. So, and we just filmed a music video. We released this song as a single and filmed a music video for it. And I've been rehearsing this song with my band. So I'm much more used to the finished product. It's really cool to see where we were and where we went with the song.
Yeah, that's why I like doing these. It's always fun to go and look back and learn. Even though we made it, like seeing what we did, I learned from looking at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, we probably finished the song we finished it in June of 2021 with the drums and everything, but we probably finished the song more like about a year ago, almost exactly a year ago.
Yeah, cool. That sounds right. Cool. Well, thanks for coming on, and I think that's it for this episode. And yeah, I'll put this up on my YouTube channel, on the Vibe Unveiled YouTube channel, which I'm going to start building more and doing more stuff like this. Maybe we could do another song at some point, Emily. If you want
I would
to.
love to.
Okay.
Thanks so much for having me, Anton.
Yeah.
I really appreciate being on here with you. Yeah.